comfortable and have some space for yourself, can give you yourself probably an hour and 15 minutes, and you give this time to you. So again, thank you for arriving. We're here. I honor your presence. And before we just continue, I'd like to take a breath with you and to make sure that we are here together, because that's what it matters. You're here and you're giving this time to you. So let's just have a breath of life here together. And let go through your nose and through the mouth. So in this hour, I don't like to say that it's just a webinar. For me, it's really a sacred space where we enter together, because you and I are here present. We're giving ourselves some time, and what you give here, it will give back to you. So I like you to, before we continue, I like you to just take 10 seconds, 20 seconds to set your intentions for this workshop that we're going to be together, for this time that we're going to be together. And silently in you and your body, I want you to ask yourself, why are you here? And what do you want to live with today? And let that intention be clear and let it be specific so you can get the most out of it. Because when you really know where you're going and what you want to get out of this, it will be clearer when we go through the process. And as I said at the beginning, this is just a gentle reminder to give yourself this time. Couple things that I like to suggest: be fully present. If you can put your phone away, if you can tell, if you're with people around you, I don't know if you're at home or not, but if you are with people around you, try to let them know that you're gifting this time to you and not to be interrupted. I like you to have some pen and paper close to you. And more than taking notes of what I'm saying or not, I rather you to take notes of what lands to you. Because what I'm going to share with you, there's going to be some stuff and some words and some ideas or insights that you're going to feel in your body, that you're going to resonate with. So make sure to write that down when you feel them. Again, camera optional. If you want to be on video or not, that's totally up to you. I totally understand. But what I really would like you to be here is present. And I want you to just receive what I said. This is not about performing. It's about receiving the information that I'm going to give you. Just give it, leave it in your body, and let it sit in your body. You're going to hear me a lot talking about your body here, because this is where it lands. All the information that I'm going to give you, it will land in your body. So I will deliver powerful information to you today. That's for sure. But I want you to know that I can deliver the most powerful information, but the shift that happens, it will be up to you. The shift is up to you. My work here is to bring the teachings, the tools, and the presence, everything that I've learned and taught for the last 5-7 years. But the work is yours. How much you choose to be here, how much you give the attention, how much you actually let it go through you, that's up to you. And that's something that I cannot do for you. So it's up to you how much of you give to this powerful information that I'm going to share with you today. So this is something that probably if you're here is because you have some awareness and because you have done some internal work already. So you have read books, you have done journalings, you have done affirmations, you're probably taking courses, or you even have done therapy. But for some reason or another, you still don't feel the transition. You might be in the healing process and you're stuck in that healing process, but it's been hard for you to actually embody that healing. And you wake up for days or, sorry, Cindy, I was muting you. And you keep waking up during the days and you keep having self-doubt. You keep asking I just don't feel enough in my daily life. And if that's your case, well, you are here and you're exactly in the right place. So I want to introduce myself first, and I want to give you a little bit of my story. So I'm Monica, and I'm here when nobody told me until I had to learn the hard way. So I wish someone would have told me what I'm sharing with you today, because it's actually, I'm compressing years here for you. So a little bit of my story is I'm the youngest sister of 4, and I was in a stable. I grew up with my mom and dad. We can call it as a happy family. My parents were never divorced. There was never any kind of addictions or abuse or all those PT traumas. So I was blessed in that way. Since I was the youngest, I was always helped. I was always cared for. And all of that came from a really deep place of care and love from my sister and my parents. But growing up, I absorbed an idea and a story where I felt that to be loved, I needed to be easy. I needed to be accommodating. I needed to be pleasing. I needed to be agreeable. I couldn't complicate things much. And I also learned that to be loved and accepted, I needed to be taken care of. So I spent 20 years as an executive assistant, because that's the role I absorbed. I saw that I wanted to be behind the scenes. I always wanted to be the reliable one, the supporting one, the one who kind of felt invisible in many ways and didn't require too much of myself. So that meant I never spoke up in rooms. I never had confrontations. And it wasn't not because I didn't have the skills to lead or to be more. It's because sometimes, many times inside me, I had decided that taking up a space for me was a risk. And I didn't want to afford that. I didn't want to feel the rejection. So in my 40s, something happened. I lost my job, and that questioned everything in my life, because basically when I lost that job, I completely lost the identity that I had. And without that role, I had no idea who I was. So I just didn't feel unworthy in many ways. I feel like I hadn't unrooted. My identity was taken away from me. And I didn't know from then what to do. I didn't know how to speak up. I didn't know what to choose. It was very confusing. And that's the moment that I had my awakening. That's the moment that I start asking myself why I feel this way, why I don't feel capable, why I feel like I need someone to take care of me. Many times I felt like a little girl trapped in an adult body. And I started doing a lot of deep work. I started doing workshops. I started doing podcasts, courses. I mean, I felt it was a very lonely journey for me. And I started acquiring the tools, and I started developing tools that actually worked for myself, because it was based on my life experience and what I was going through, and from the reflections of the deep feeling of unworthiness and not feeling enough. And then from there, that's when I started my program, which is The Power of Good Enough. I start posting online. I start getting followers. And today I'm happily guiding women to getting them back to yourself, women like you, and is still working on myself. I don't say I have all the answers. I'm still working on wounds, but right now I feel in a much better place where I can share my story with women like you and let them be seen and felt, because I know what it feels like to feel lonely, like you are the only one feeling this way, but it's a collective wound and it's a collective beliefs. And right now I'm guiding over 100,000 women across my platforms for this process, for getting back to themselves, stop the self-abandonment and feeling enough. So because you are here with me and I'm so happy that you join me and you take the time for being here, I'm going to give you a very powerful tool that I developed about some months ago, that is called Empower Unstoppable. It's a workbook. It's the journey to unleash you through confidence. It's a very powerful tool, and I'd like you to take your time with it, because it takes time. This is not an easy process, and you won't have changes from day to night. So these are real practices. I have never given away this workbook. I usually sell it for about $60. So thank you for being here. Stay with me until the end and I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you through the chat, or I can email it to you. Either way. So in the next, I don't think it's going to take us 75 minutes, but I think it will take about an hour. You are going to walk away with something really real. Things that I wish I had, again, when I was trying to find my answers. So we're going to work in 3 partners that have kept you stuck in self-doubt and in not feeling enough and unworthiness, and is keeping you stuck no matter how much inner work you've done. And we're going to talk about where it's coming from and what is quietly costing you in your daily life, and what it actually looks like to get rid of them, to dismantle them. I'm going to give you actionable tools where you can start working to dismantle them. So why the work is not working? Why you've done journaling, affirmations, and it's still not working? So before you go, I want you to know this. Most women struggle because the most women struggle with the word is because not because they haven't tried enough. They struggle because you have been working just on the symptoms on unworthiness and not enoughness, but you haven't really gone through the root. And here's the truth that nobody tells you. You cannot affirm your way out of something that was actually written and acquired in your nervous system before even you were conscious of it, before you even know it. So the tools you have been using to work at the level of your conscious mind, which is what I already mentioned, are you probably have done affirmations, journalings, and mindset work, which are excellent tools because I myself use these tools on my healing process and my transformational process. So don't get me wrong, those are very valuable tools and not necessary. But you're stuck in them. You didn't go beyond that. Also, what keeps most women stuck lives a lot deeper than that. Because when you want to know something consciously, that's in your mind, but what is keeping you stuck is in your nervous system. It's in the identity that was formed when you were a child and when you even had any age to question it, because this is basically an identity that was given to you by your parents, by society, by the culture that you grew up in. And actually, the gap that you have between this knowing, the affirmations you want to do, the journaling, the mindset, and the nervous system that is keeping you stuck, that's the gap between knowing and embodying. That's the gap that many people don't talk about. Because you cannot just undo something that you're not feeling. When you're feeling insecure, when you have a nervous system that is telling you that you're not safe, that is locked in fear, it's impossible to move to the other side. So here are the three patterns that we're going to work together. So there are three specific patterns I have watched many women again and again. The first one is the belief loop, the one which is the operating system that you never chose. What I mean by that is the beliefs that were given to you by your parents, by your society, by the culture, by the environment that you grew up in. The second one is the fear lock, which is what I mentioned before, is the body's silent veto. Is this fear that is in your nervous system, almost in your DNA, that it doesn't allow you to move on. And the wound that runs the show, that's the third pattern, which is basically that little girl that got stuck when she was 7, 10 years old, or even into teenager years. And that's the actual woman is still pulling the strings behind every decision that you make. So let's start with the belief loop. So the belief loop is all the limiting beliefs that you have, the conscious and the unconscious one. So tell me if this is not something that you have heard before. In my case, I said for years, this is just who I am. This is who I have always been. And I said that because I always believed I was an introvert and I was shy, which I am. I'm still an introvert and I was shy. But my belief was that because I'm an introvert, then I cannot really speak up. Because I'm shy, I'm afraid to say things because that's who I am, which is a lie. That's not who you are. That's a thought or that's a limiting belief that you generated during your childhood and you adopted it as part of your identity. And this is one of the beliefs that are one of the more dangerous ones, because these are the ones that, like I said, is disguise itself on the truth. And what's the truth? The truth is, no, it's not that I wasn't capable of speaking up. It's not true that because I was shy or I was introvert, I couldn't speak up. That's the limiting belief that I formed when I was a child. So limiting beliefs are not just negative thoughts. They are the operating system. That's literally where you are taking decisions in your daily life. So there's two kinds of beliefs. The first ones are the conscious beliefs, and the second ones are the unconscious beliefs. So the conscious beliefs are the one that you're probably already aware of, and that's why you're here. The I'm not good enough, the self-critic, but who I am to be able to do this. This is, I'm not capable, I'm not qualified. Those are the thought patterns that you have in the back of your mind that you keep telling to yourself, and you're conscious about that. And the unconscious belief, this is the one that not everyone talks about, is the ones that you cannot really hear, but that they're the ones that show up in what you do every single day. So for example, you say, I'm not good enough. That's your thoughts. Those are your words. But how do you act? You shrink in the room without deciding to do it. You're in a meeting and you decide to shrink back and not talk so no one points at you. And the smaller you are, the better you feel, right? Who I am to do this? These are your words. But the actions are saying, you keep saying yes when your body and everyone inside you says no. You keep apologizing before even you finish your sentence. And you keep making yourself small and comfortable for everyone else to feel okay. So those are all the actions that you take, your behaviors, your habits. Those are all the unconscious beliefs that you have. And the conscious ones are the ones that you keep repeating to yourself. So where it started, in my case, for example, about beliefs, I was the baby of the family. I was deeply loved, carefully protected. everyone did everything for me. And I formed this belief, and I didn't know I was forming the belief that I was weak, that I was not capable. And that always made me feel that I wasn't enough for anything. So I learned early in my life that in order for me to feel loved, I needed to feel easy. I needed to be easy. I needed to feel that I was accommodating to everyone. I didn't want to push back. And I didn't ask for much. So, and at the same time, I also felt like I was incapable of many things. So nobody meant harm for me, but slowly and quietly, a belief took root in myself. To be loved is to be small, to be accepted is to be weak and need for protection. I didn't know I believed that, but I believed it for decades. That's the way it showed every day in my life. That's why I couldn't go further in my career. That's why I accommodated into a relationship for 20 years, to walking on eggshells, to not speaking up. It's just this belief kept me trapped for almost more than 40 years. So I want you to ask yourself, what belief you have been living right now that you consciously chose? And I want you to identify one or two beliefs. And if you can, I give you 30 seconds, write them down, because these beliefs are running your show right now. The beliefs that probably you're not enough, and how are you showing that in your daily life? So very important that you can identify that right now, because awareness is actually the first step. So now that you have that belief, and if you have identified, I want you to know that this belief is not theoretical, because this belief is costing you every single day in a very specific ways. Because you are, for example, if you're someone like me, you're not using your voice in a meeting. You're afraid to speak up in a meeting, even you have a million ideas. If you're in a relationship, you might be stuck in a relationship that you're not worthy of, and you're staying way longer than you should have. You're not taking an offer because you're afraid, or you're not asking for a raise at work because who are you to ask a raise, right? And sometimes the way that if it's like me, you wake up at 3 a.m. replaying the conversations that you really wanted to say, but you didn't have because you were afraid. Now let's talk about the pattern number 2, the fear lack. And this is the fear as your body experience, and is not a mindset problem. And I want you to hear that. Fear as a body experience, not as a mindset problem. And this is probably that not many people tell you about fear, but it is not a thought problem. It is a body problem. You can think your way out to a conversation, and then when you want to speak up and you want to say anything, for example, you want to have a talk with your boss or with your partner, and you think all the ways, all your points, what you want to say, but in the moment that you want to say them, your nervous system completely shuts off. It locks the door. And all the affirmations in the world cannot unlock that door that was borrowed from the inside when you were 7 years old girl who was just trying to stay safe. So what I mean by that, your fear didn't start because, no, let me reframe that. Your fear started when you were probably 7, 10 years old, and you were in the dinner table and you got shut up because you spoke up by your parents. And right now, that fear still lives in your body and is locked in. And even all the affirmations in the world and all the journaling cannot get that little girl free through just trying to mentally get out of that fear. So for most of the women who have been pleasing and silencing for years, which is my case and many women that I work with, fear is not just being scared. And that's what I was mentioning. It's a full body fawn response. And this is it's a trauma response that I want to mention briefly. It's a survival mechanism that was learned when you were a child, no chosen, is the nervous system overrides the urge of to fight or run and then chooses instead to attach to the threat to prevent harm. I'm going to explain that in a bit. And fawning is not a personality flaw. It's a deeply ingrained nervous system adaptation. I'll explain that in a second. So when a child cannot fight, run, or freeze, which are the three trauma responses, you fight, run, or freeze, what it happens is the brain cannot overpass the authenticity of the child or who they are to preserve the connections with their caregivers. So they perceive social or physical threat. The brain rules out fight or flight. It's too dangerous for them. Automatic nervous system triggers fawn mode and then suppresses their own identity and appears to the threat. So basically, this is what I'm going to explain everything with an example. So there's three trauma responses: the fight, run, or freeze, and the fourth one is the fawn response. The first ones, they were coming from our ancestors or from thousands of years ago when you saw a bear and your body response was just to run because you were going to be eaten by a bear, right? But one of the responses that a child, which is totally okay because it's threat to your own survival. But as a child, there's this fawn response. Basically, when a child got screamed at or even spanked or one of those feelings of upsetness, instead of fighting or running or leaving the house, obviously they can't do that because they're a child and they depend 100% of their caregivers, of their parents. So what they do is their nervous system automatically adjusts. And what they do is they make themselves so small that they feel safe and protected. So if a parent yells at their kids or spank them, the kid, instead of running or screaming or kicking, what they do is they accommodate, they lose their authenticity, they don't speak up anymore, they don't scream anymore, they don't say what they want. So they become accommodating to their parents so they can keep receiving the parents' love. So tell me if this kind of feels familiar to you. The child who kept the peace because keeping the peace meant to be loved, that was me. The girl who spoke up once and was yelled at or dismissed and quietly decided it was not safe to speak again. The woman in the meeting who had the answer felt her heart race and said nothing. And then I went home and I replayed all night long what I needed to say, but I never said. And the time when, as an adult, I rehearsed my conversations 300 times in my head. And still, when I wanted to say, no words came out of my mouth. So here is a key distinction. Normal fear protects you from real danger. The normal feels fight, run, freeze, because it's a survival response. Stock fear protects a version of you that no longer exists. The child needed the armor. The woman you are today does not. So basically, there is a normal fear that is the kind that protects you from real danger, and there is also this stock fear that is the one that has been protecting a version of you that no longer exists. Is the child that needed that respond, that make herself small. So she needed, that's the way that she felt safe in her environment. But unfortunately, the woman that you are today, you're still carrying that child. You're still carrying that armor. And that's the girl who's running the show behind. So the work here is not telling you yourself to stop being afraid. It's teaching your nervous system that it's finally safe to feel seen, to be seen. So this is the other question that I have for you. What is the one thing that you have been wanting to say, do, or become that fear has been keeping just out of reach? I'd like you to write that down, because there must be something that even that you consciously and mentally want to do, your body is keeping you in fear locked in. So what is the fear that it has been keeping you just out of reach? Now we're going to talk the pattern, which is the wound that runs the show. And that's where we're talking about meeting the little girl who's still pulling the strings. I just mentioned that. So I want you to ask you something. The next time you go silent in a meeting, when you had something to say, ask yourself, who is doing that? Because it's actually not the one who's going silent in that meeting. Not the woman who you are today, a 30, 47, 50-year-old woman. That's not the one who's running the show. It's still that little girl. And she's still there. She's still running the show on every decision, word, confrontation, relationship that you are on. Because she's still in fun response, trying to be safe, being accommodating, to be loved. And that's why we talk about the operating system that was installed. And very briefly, we have this kind of two kind of traumas that shape your life. Most women only think of one kind, that the one that is truly what shaped their life, which is the big T traumas, which is totally obviously obvious. So what are the big T traumas? The one who that were recognized as painful, obviously when you lost a parent, when you got abused sexually or drug abuse, where there was instability in the house, a divorce, separation, violence, neglect, abandonment. Those are big T traumas. And most women recognize that when that happens during their childhood. But there are a lot of small T traumas too that we totally dismiss and we think we have nothing to do with it. One is being told you were never too much, that you were too much. It's like, oh my God, stop, you're such a dramatic queen. Like those are the comments that keep showing you or telling you as a child that you were too much. You need to calm down. Maybe someone bullied you when you were just praised or give you presents when you perform well, because that meant that if you had A+ or you had, in the best grades at school or master degrees, then you're worthy. Then you are only praised when you got those from your parents. Or even simple things like, oh my God, stop crying, you're such a dramatic queen. So you were told, and the message was that sharing your emotions were not safe. All of that are small T traumas. All of them. When you were also got spanked, where you were yelled at, when you said, shut up, I don't want to hear you, or even when teachers told you that your ideas were dumb, that you should overthink what you're sharing. All those are small T traumas that are still living in your body. But this is what I want you to know. She's not broken. That little girl who's living inside you, she wasn't broken at all. She's not grown from being still there because basically she was trying to survive. That's the best way she could do. She's the best way she could be loved. She could be accepted. But she doesn't need to live in survival anymore. She needs you to go. So she needs you to go back and tell her that she is safe. That she's safe. She doesn't need. She needs to hear that you are already on command. You're driving the bus here, and that she doesn't need to do this anymore. So what I'm going to do right now, we're going to do a very small meditation for your inner child. And it will be for about probably 5 to 6 minutes to 7 minutes. So Cindy, if you have the moment, and I encourage you to close your eyes. I encourage you to let go through your body what is feeling, and let it go. If you need to cry, it's okay to cry, but this is a very powerful meditation for your inner child who is waiting to be met and to be let go. So I'm going to start right now. So I want you to around. If you are faithful to light, please close your eye. Or if it feels better for you to just keep your eyes open, just soft your gaze and let it be. Put your feet on the ground. Notice your weight in your body, the seat. Notice the way your shoulders are holding themselves up. And just release. Take one breath. I want you to exhale very slowly and place one hand in your heart, other one in your belly. And if you want, just feel free to leave them there, or just leave them for a second. So in this room right now, there's nothing you have to perform. You're not anyone's daughter here, anyone's mother, anyone's wife, anyone's employee. You are a woman in her body. In this afternoon, here with me. I'm sorry. This is all you have to be. So I want you to bring your mind in this moment. I want you to come with me to that place when you were a child. Let that image of a child come to you. Whatever she wants to present herself. So 7 years old, 10 years old, And I want you to bring in your mind, it's that place where she felt, hey, she felt so herself. I don't want you to see her, but she's wearing. How's her hair? Where is she? Is she alone in the room? Is she in the kitchen? Is she playing with her favorite toys on the floor? Is she looking out of the window? Or maybe she's waiting for someone to come back. Just notice. You don't need to do anything. Just notice. And come close to her. Look at her face. Look at her eyes. Look at her hands. And look closely to her eyes. Because this is a little girl who has been carrying you for all these years. She's beautiful. She's so strong. But unfortunately, she's the one who learned to make herself small so she could stay safe. You could stay safe. She has learned that she needs to apologize before talking. She's the one who had to learn that she needed to say yes, even if her body was saying no. She's beautiful. She's amazing. She's so strong. But I want you to just take a moment and let her tell you what she needs. Ask her, what do you need? There's no right or wrong answer here. Let her tell you. She might tell you that she needs a hug, that she just needs to be held. She might tell you that she's just trying to do the best she can. And tell her, look at her and see her how she's doing everything for you. Grab her by her hand. Sit together with her. And let her speak to you. Because she's tired. She doesn't want to be afraid anymore. She doesn't want to feel unsafe. She doesn't want to keep performing for love. And I want you to hug her as close as you can, as tight as you can. Hug her, kiss her. Because it's time to let her go. It's time to tell her that her job is done. It's time to tell her that you are here, that you see her, that you feel her. And tell her that you're sorry, that it has taken you this long to come back to her. That you've done the best you could, the same way that she's done the best she could. But it's time for you to let her go. Because she doesn't need to keep doing this alone. Because she needs to hear that you are a grown woman now that can take care of her and can take care of yourself. That she can rest, that she can just be a child, that she can be loud, that she can be too much, that she doesn't need to be quiet. She can be wild. So now you can be every part of you that you were never allowed to be before. And I want you to take something back from her. Something that she has been carrying, that was never hers to carry. Take back with you the fear of saying no. The need that she needs to make everyone happy so she can feel loved. Take back with you the shame of having needs. And take back that voice that says that you're too much. She has been holding all of that for you. She does not have to hold that anymore. And I want you to start coming with all these teachings that she just told you, all the revelations. Take a final breath with me. Hold it. And just let it go. Just breathe. And I want you to bring all the messages she gave you, all the feelings, all the tears, all the love she just gave you. Bring them back with you in this moment. So she can rest now. And you can start taking the strings, taking the control of your life without the fear. And with that little girl who did the best she could, because that's what she did. She just was doing the best she could. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm stuck here. Okay. Okay. I need to stop there. Sorry. I hope that was powerful. I'm having a. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm having a. I was powerful with myself too. Whew. So I need to go here. Okay. So, all right. Let's go here. I hope that was powerful for you, same as it was for me. It's a beautiful, beautiful meditation where you can start releasing that little one, that little girl who's doing all this, the managing and all the, who's handling all the strings behind scenes, because she just needs to feel safe and loved. And I hope this was helpful for you. And we're just going to move on quickly to the last part of the presentation, which is the identity underneath. Is the identity of who you are right now and where you want to become. So here's what the three partners did to you: the belief loop, the fear lock, and the wound. They all created your identity. All that we just spoke has created the identity that you have right now. A story about who you are, what you deserve, and what's possible for you. All those limiting beliefs, all the fears are limiting everything that you're telling yourself and what you think you're capable of. So here's the thing that I want you to know about identity. You always act from who you believe who you are, not the way around. So this is what all the strategies fail. You can't really strategize your way past your own identity. You always behave and think and act based on who do you think you are. And here's where the gap lives. So the gap between these two women, who's the woman who is trapped in that body, who keeps having the limiting beliefs and the fears, and who is absolutely exhausted living that way, and the woman who you want to become, which is the woman you are destined to be, designed to be, the sovereign one. So the woman you were given by society, by experience, by childhood traumas that's the one with the identity of being agreeable, the helper, the one who doesn't cause any problems, the one who's nice, who needs to earn the love by good grades, by behaving, who's small, who's soft, and who always acts from a people-pleasing place so it can be loved and cared for. And the other one is the woman who you are designed to be, and that's the sovereign woman. That's the woman that I want to bring to you, the woman that I've discovered, that I've worked so hard in my life to build, and that I feel that I'm finally meeting her. It took me years and years and years to bring her. And she's finally here, still working on it, because this is not a perfect process. It's an ongoing process, but that I'm finally meeting her, which is the sovereign woman, the one who knows her worth and that is not conditional to anything, to the job, to the spouse they have, to the performance, to the success, the one who speaks up, the one who takes space without apology, who can sit finally in a conference room, speak up, give her opinions without shrinking and without thinking that there's something wrong with her, and the one who asks, receives, and doesn't apologize and stays. And that's the last invitation that I want for you today. I want you to close your eyes for 30 seconds, and I want you to picture that woman. Who is that woman with you? Who is the sovereign woman that is waiting for you, your best version of yourself? Who is she? How does she behave? How does she think? What does she do? Does she do the same job that she's doing right now? Would she do something else? How does she dress? What are her daily activities? Who is the one that she has become? Because the women is in the becoming. She is the one who's underneath everything you were taught that you needed to hide. So picture that woman. If you knew, you really knew in your body that your word was never up for debate and that you can be everything that you want to be, the one who sets boundaries, who speaks with confidence, who is that woman? And when we finish here, I want you to really think about that. Write her down, her thoughts, her ideas, her daily life, her habits, her actions, because that's the one that you want to become, but you can become if you don't intentionally picture her. Who is she? And as I keep my promises, I said at the beginning of this webinar, I'm going to give you my confidence because you show up, because you took the time to be here, to be with me, and you gifted yourself this time. I'm going to give you the confidence book, which is my 90 pages, deepest prompts and practices to become more confident. And I'm going to drop it in the chat. Give me a second. Okay, here, chat. Let me see. Here. So I'm sending it to you so you can download it. And if by any chance you don't receive it or you can open it, I'll be happy to email it to you as well. You just send me an email. Feel free to email me at you can, I'm dropping my email here too. So you can email me or you can just download it right now in this moment so you can have it. It's totally free. It's an amazing tool. Take your time with it too. It really has very deep questioning and insight. So please take your time. And now, because we have done all this work today, what comes next, if you want it, is the unmuted sovereignty. And I'm presenting my 5-week container for women who are done doing the surfacing job. You've done all the job, you do everything you think you needed to do, but you're still stuck in the healing and you're not stepping into your transformation. So this is what we will do in this beautiful container of women. It's a 5-week programs container where we will meet every week for Zoom and where we will talk about everything we touched today and everything beneath it. So on week 1, we're going to talk about the awakening again, the beliefs, the mindsets, the limiting beliefs, the purpose, like going really identifying the beliefs that are ruining your life and your conscious on your conscious one. But we're going in a very deep level here. So you can really bring to surface everything that you're not aware of. Then on week 2, we're going to work on fear and inner child, which is this beautiful, one of my favorites part of this container, because it's where we reset this nervous system. The nervous system is the root, as we spoke, and we're going to meet very deeply that little girl, very deeply. We're going to keep doing the healing. We're going to keep working on the fear that is being locked in our bodies, in our DNA, in our nervous system for years. And we're going to heal them. We're going to start working in a very deep level. Then in week 3, after we have done the awakening, we have worked on our inner child and fear, we step into the self-worth foundation, because we cannot step on that before if we haven't been conscious of our belief, if we don't work on our fears, and we don't start healing our inner child. So we're going to do, in week 3, we're going to work deeply on self-worth foundation, which is what actually self-worth means, how you lost it as a child, because you basically lost it into your process and all your childhood traumas, and how to rebuild it from the inside out, because this is the foundation. You cannot go up in your identity shift and your boundaries and your confidence if you don't have a really strong root on your self-worth. Then on week 6, we'll work on identity shift and your boundaries, because now we have a really solid foundation from the past 3 weeks. And then on week 5, we are going to work on new confidence, which comes from your new identity, from knowing how to set the boundaries, to stop people pleasing, and how we can start embodying it. It's a beautiful program. So this is for the women who, like I know you probably done, who have done enough free content or a lot of tools here and there, workshops, seminars, even if sometimes you've done some therapy, but you still feel that you cannot land it in your daily life. So you need like the process, you need a container, you need someone to walk beside you while you do the hard job, which is really hard. It's not an easy job. And work not just with me, but with a group of women who are doing the same job. Because I have to come that when you heal together, you're not just healing you, you're healing women next to you. So this is a place, a container, we are healing collectively together for women who feel the same way you do, who doesn't want to feel alone in this process, and who are going to be the work together. So you will not be in a room of women looking at you or judged or asking, feeling like they're being looked at. You will be in a room of women looking with you. This is, at the moment, I'm going to take 10 founding members, and they're going to do exactly the same work that you're doing. And I'm going to be doing it with you because, like, again, I keep healing myself. I keep working on myself. And even that I have the reflections, I have the guide, I have the tools, I always come back to this, and I always keep healing. And obviously you won't be alone, and you will be doing this healing process around women who wants to heal with you. And this is a ripple effect. So again, this is more than a program. This is not just an e-course. This is a full container. And this is pretty much what you will get. You will get the 5-week programs that we talk about. You will get the complete workbook. We will have every practice, every reflection and insight, and it will be your true companion through this process. I will also include the Inner Child Healing Toolkit, which is a guided meditation close to what we had today, but in a deeper level. It will be along with journal prompts and a beautiful letter template that I have developed for your inner child. And also a very nice boundary script library where you can literally copy and paste those scripts when you want to have hard conversations, because one of the hardest process for me in this, it's been to have confrontations and have difficult conversations with difficult people. So this is a nice way to have this script at hand so you can start having these conversations when you start transforming. And then we have a private WhatsApp circle where everything happens. It will be my daily connection with you, where we will share our wins, we will share our fears, where we're stuck, where I will be giving more insights, more meditation, more journaling, and where the connective tissue between everything. When we do all of this, the total value of what I'm offering here, it's about $1,300. But since I'm going to start with the founding members, it's going to be just an investment of $297. So again, this is for the first 10 women that are going to be with the founding rate. After that, after the 10 spots get filled in, we can keep working together, but the rate will go up to the standard rate, which is $997, which is the 5-week container. So obviously I'm so sure that this is what you need if you really want to transform, that I'll I try. This is my guarantee. I'm sorry, I got distracted with the chats, guys. So try the first 2 sessions. And if by the second session, by the second week, if there's something that hasn't moved in you, you email me, and by June 10th, I will refund everything. No questions asked. I won't take it personally. And this is why I want to make it a guarantee. No hard feelings, really, because I know what is to be like to invest in yourself, but I'm sure this is something that it will work in your deepest level, that it will work. But if it doesn't work for you for some reason, that's no problem. After the second week, I'll happy return your money. So the group program will start on June 2nd. That's 2 weeks from now. And the cards will close on June 1st. And again, this is first come, first served basis. The first 10 women who filled this up will get the funding rates. And then the container will keep going at the usual rate, which is $497. And again, the women who get the most of this work are not the ones who have it all figured out. They are the ones who are done explaining to themselves why they're not ready. And if you're here, something that I know is that you're ready for the change. And before we close, I want you to know, and I want you to walk with this, and I want you to put it in your body, put it in your nervous system, and feel it through your body. Because you're not broken. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not behind. You're not too much, or not enough, or too late. You are just a woman who has been carrying beliefs, fears, and wounds that were never meant for you to carry. And I want you to honor that. God did not make mistakes when He made you. Everything you have been going through, the silence, the smallness, the survivals, the wounds, the traumas, it was not your destination. It was simply the path that brought you here, because He knows that He needs you, the best version of yourself. And He had to put some trials in your life so you can overcome and become the best version of yourself. And last thing, you are allowed. You're allowed to be the woman that you dream to be. You're allowed to be big and loud, and you're allowed to be exactly who you are. You are allowed to be you. Not someday, not when you feel ready, not when everyone approves of you. Now, you are allowed now. You don't need permission of anyone. And I want to thank you for being here. I forgot, I can drop, there's a link here that I will drop about if you want to join the 5-week container of the Mutant Sovereignty. So I'm going to put it on the chat right now. And I will also send it to you via email. You will hear from me, and you get the replay. But give me a second. I will stop sharing my screen. Sorry. And I'll send you the link in a second. Give me 1 second. And here is the link if you want to join this program. Again, we'll start in 2 weeks. It will be founding member. Give me a second. Oh, come on. One second. I lost it. Oh my God. Sorry. Okay. Oh, I can't find. Okay. Oh, here. Okay. Here it is. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sometimes technology can be hard on me. Where is my chat? I lost my chat. I'm sorry. I have to find my chat. Okay, chat here. Okay, find it. Sorry. So here is the link for my 5-week container. I'm sorry. And I hope you take this opportunity with me. I love to have you. It's a beautiful container. There's a lot of deep moving transformation, but I think the same way I did it, you deserve it, because you deserve that beautiful woman that is waiting for you on the other side. And not just you deserve it, your family deserve it, your children deserve it. They all deserve the best version of yourself. And I want to thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I honor you for giving yourself this time. I always say with so much love, have a beautiful day. Love you and thank you for being here. And I hope I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Oh, I don't know if someone had a question. Anyone had a question? I'm sorry. No? Okay. Feel free to mail me your questions as well. No one had a question? Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And thank you again for being here.